Stop judging yourself for judging. I'm going to give you an absolute reason why you and other people actually judge, and it's probably not what you think it is. My name is Marsha Mahaffey. I am a holistic reprogramming subconscious mind specialist. Today, I want to invite you into a different mindset and let you know, where do these judgments actually come from? Now, I want to take you back to the origins and your roots. Before your soul even came down into the body, you were this pure love and light. And would you agree that that was all of us? There was no judgment there. It all came from this big ball of light. So then what changed? What changed was our perceptions of how we saw the world and our belief system. Oh, you're less than because you have a home. You didn't go to college. You don't have the marriage. You don't have the family life. Right? These are just some of the little ones that have been passed down through generations of generations. And then on top of whatever's been passed down to you, what you have been observing, on top of it, you've created your own judgments around stories and belief systems. This is why we are all so different in our judgments. Somebody might judge something for this and somebody might judge something for that. And I want to break this down so you can really understand why everybody's judgments are so unique and catered to them, and how your judgment can actually set you internally free from attracting so many things that you need to judge. I'll give you a little example. So I had a client that would get really triggered and judgmental, and she wouldn't say anything. She would just start fights with her husband after they would go out in public. Now, when she was by herself, she was very talkative and she was outgoing. However, husband, whenever she would go out somewhere with her husband, he was also talkative and he would basically take over the show. He was super charismatic. People were migrating to him because he was super friendly and everybody wanted to talk to him. And then it would cause her to be completely silent. And so she would secretly judge him. So it wasn't that she didn't love him any less. It wasn't that it's not that she wanted to leave him. She didn't even really know why she was actually judging him. And the main reason, when we discovered this in session, why she was judging him is because his ability to attract people into a certain area was actually reflecting back to her the powerlessness that she felt inside. So she was creating a story that made this situation where he was talking to people and friendly and people were reacting to him and they were just really enjoying his vibe and laughing and wanting to be around his energy. And so then she felt less important and powerless. The judgment was the catalyst of the portal of the information that helps you to find out where you're not free. Because what happens when we don't alchemize this energy, there's going to be more situations. It's not going to just be with her husband. It's going to be with her friends. It's going to be with her co-workers. It's going to happen and reflect out in the whole world in life. And that's exactly what happened to her until she realized that this is the real reason I am so upset and I am so triggered. So the goal was to allow her to create the internal power within and know that she is very important, that no matter how much attention her husband is getting, it isn't a reflection of a scale of how important she gets to be because her husband is getting attention from other people. This is very common in relationships too, because a lot of times two people will go into a relationship very confident and then they're mirrors to each other reflecting back where they're not free or where they become insecure. And so they just continue to build on, what does this really mean? Am I feeling a little insecure right now? And have I gained a little bit of weight and now I'm feeling a little insecure? That's a very big common one with women and possibilities. And it if you do gain a little bit of weight, it doesn't mean that your worth changes. So it's really important to just be laser focused on who you are. And if you become a little out of alignment along the way through a judgment, then it's important just to go back in, ask yourself, what am I really making this mean about me? Because a judgment's never about anybody else. It's about you. It's about maybe a story you heard. It might be a story that you heard growing up from your parents. So you get to choose if you want to take on that belief system, or from the school system, or from whatever, some friends or siblings or whatever. You get to choose whether you want to take on that belief and continue to create these experiences. Because like any other subconscious program, the minute you create a belief, you're going to keep on seeing it in your reality. So if you're feeling insecure, for example, about not being confident, then they're going to keep on attracting a lot of other people that are more confident than you to reflect back to you the insecurity that you're feeling. So whatever you see on the outside world that doesn't feel peace, ask yourself, why am I judging this? Why am I judging this person? And give that to yourself. Give yourself a big hug. Repeat to yourself, I am important. I'm important. I'm important. I'm confident. I am confident. I love me. And continue to begin to feel inside what you feel like you don't have, because you do have it. It's the illusion that you think that you lost it. Because remember that light right before you came into the body form? Yeah, that's the truth. That's who you are. Everything else is just a belief, a perception, a story, and all of that can be changed. And when you change the way you look at the lenses, so now my client is walking into a place with her husband where she feels more empowered just to be herself. If she wants to talk, she talks. If she doesn't, she doesn't. But she doesn't make it mean something negative about her, whatever she chooses. And this is ultimate freedom. But when we judge, internally there's a little battle inside when we're judging. And so it's not completely freedom or peace. So this is the trick. Do not judge yourself for judging, because it's going to happen. It's going to probably happen, right? It takes practice. This has been imprinted in our collective consciousness for, I don't even know, centuries, of how to bond, how to connect through judgments, right? And so I invite you just to practice and be gentle with yourself. There's no rush. But little by little, if you just start taking steps towards that, what you realize is that the less you begin to judge, and when I say judge, I don't mean just out loud, I also mean in your head, right? It's both. We want to listen to we want to be radically aware of the judgments and where they're coming from. Even if we don't say anything, it's important to still go and do the work, find out where exactly it's coming from. So the biggest way that we can continue to not allow this to be in our energy field is by just alchemizing it through love, through understanding. And that's understanding and loving yourself and having compassion and accepting yourself through these judgments. And just understand that this is a process and you're committed to shifting this. That in itself is such a heroic warrior type of energy to have, to say, like, I accept me now for the way that I am, but I am also and I am also committed to being radically responsible for my judgments and clearing them from my energetic field, so they no longer disturb my internal peace. The more you give yourself love, the more you accept yourself, the more you're dedicated to this practice, the more energetically you're going to radiate out a different type of energy that will allow you to attract less things that you are going to judge, And this may come with a clearing and cleansing of new type of people that actually come into your life to support you. So I encourage you, if you are looking for supportive friends, if you're looking for a community of like-minded people, it's important to be the energy that you want to attract, or at least take steps towards that. You have the, I know you got this. You're amazing, just the way that you are. And I will see you very soon. Bye for now.